Hello guys, welcome back to LR Anime. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of upcoming episode of Swallowed Star based on novel. So let's start. As the spirit of Shi Wings was newly born and was not very clear in expressing itself, Luo Feng was naturally extremely patient with it, spending almost half a day's time before he finally gained some understanding. Although this spirit had just been born, it did have some snippets of memories. It did not remember scenes of battle and fighting. Rather, it remembered the looks of its previous owners. Its previous owner, based on what the spirit of Shi Wings said, was a giant with 2 horns and a towering godly body that had 6 pairs of wings. Shi Wings made up 2 out of those 6 pairs of wings. And, the spirit of Shi Wings was absolutely certain that its 6 pairs of wings were comparable to one another. Every pair was equally important. Within the structure of the entire true treasure, every pair had its own unique function. A missing pair would deprive the true treasure of true perfection. Then why is it so powerful? Luo Feng asked. The spirit of Shi Wings explained that it was because of its origin. Origin referred to the core of all 6 pairs of wings. Based on the communication with Shi Wings and the understanding he gained from it, its origin worked in a way similar to a car engine, and it had storage efficiency. Its previous owner was very powerful, and much of his godly power had needed to undergo conversion by the origin before it could be stored. That was the significance of the origin's existence, and that was why this pair of wings was so powerful. I have to obtain it, but how do I do it? Luo Feng asked. Get it to recognize you as its master, Shi said. How do I get it to recognize me as its master? Luo Feng continued to press for answers. When a master imprints his godly power on the wings, the moment life imprints are in place, the wings will recognize its master, Shi said, then anxiously added, but master, I am a newborn spirit, and that pair of wings has a spirit, too. Toward the end, when fusion is completed, we 2 spirits will have to attack and fight each other to the death. One will swallow the other, until finally, there is only one spirit left. Master, if there comes a time to recognize our masters, you must help me. Only you can help me. Then I will be able to devour it. Luo Feng sighed to himself. It was only half a day of interaction, but the more the spirit of Shi Wings spoke, the stronger its ability in exchanging information grew. All right, I will help you. Luo Feng nodded. Shi had been with him the moment it was born. On the other hand, the spirit of the pair of white wings harbored ill intentions. If he had to choose, it would obviously be better to choose Shi. But Shi, with my godly power, I am unable to get close to that pair of wings. What should I do? Luo Feng asked. Shi was the spirit of a true treasure. When it was first born, it would naturally be clear on its requirements for recognizing its master. Recognizing a master is difficult, said Shi. Because that pair of white wings has an origin within it, and that origin is its core, the spirit born within that pair of wings was actually a spirit born with the origin as its main body. For us other kinds of wings, we can recognize someone as our masters easily, but it is different for the white pair of wings. The difficulty level for it to recognize someone as its master matches that of a complete wing true treasure. What are the requirements? Luo Feng questioned further. The requirements for willpower are high, Shi explained. For a sector lord, the willpower must match that of a universe knight. For an undying fighter, the willpower must match that of a universe master. For a universe knight, the willpower must match that of a universe supreme master. For a universe supreme master, the willpower must exceed that of one beyond a universe supreme master. Luo Feng was astounded. He continued to bombard Shi with more questions. Beyond a universe supreme master? That really exists? Yes, I vaguely remember so from the snippets of my memories, Shi said. There is a much stronger existence than the universe supreme master that master knows of. My previous master was one of them. Luo Feng took a deep breath. Really? It was indeed true. Countless great beings within Universe Ocean had speculated about this, especially the Universe Masters from the 2 holy grounds. Those Universe Masters were especially arrogant and regarded their Universe ancestors as far superior to the ancestors of the various other Universe Supreme Masters. They even considered their ancestors to be more powerful than Teacher Origin, who was said to be invincible. They shouted aloud that their universe ancestors were extremely powerful, that their universe ancestors were invincible. Yet no one had met those two before. However, it did not matter whether it was Teacher Origin or the other universe supreme beings. To the largely damaged miniature universe, they were all considered to be only slightly bigger. The two holy grounds that had two universes were the ones that were massive. The two holy grounds had undergone umpteen rounds of reincarnation, which had caused the other 100+ powers to be wary of the legendary universe masters of these two holy grounds. In their hearts, they had identified with the fact that these two universe ancestors were possibly terrifying. It was just that no one had met them before. Countless eras. No one had met them before. Therefore, everyone took them to be non-existent. Shi Wu Wing's previous master was a being that was more powerful than a universe supreme master. Luo Feng was stunned. Really? It turns out to be true. There really is an existence that is more powerful than a universe supreme master. Seems like the universe ancestors of the two holy grounds may have surpassed that level. Could it be, for my miniature universe to achieve eternal existence, I have to surpass a universe supreme master? Luo Feng came to a conclusion. Eternity was a difficult objective to achieve. Countless miniature universes had been destroyed. Only those of the two holy grounds had managed to survive, clearly showing the difficulty level. Seems like this has implicated some of the secrets of Universe Ocean, Luo Feng thought. Luo Feng buried all these thoughts deep within him. After all, in the vast Universe Ocean, where great beings gathered in great numbers, with that modest amount of power he was still far from having a pristine understanding of those secrets of Universe Ocean. Shi Wu, you mentioned recognizing someone as its master? Luo Feng could not contain his questions. The requirements are so high. Master, you are a universe knight, so your willpower must match that of a universe supreme master, Shi Wu said. I am not so sure about the other extremely powerful true treasures, but I know that it is the case for that pair of white wings. After all, they were both wings born from the same origin, so naturally, Shi Wu would understand the white wings well. What if I cannot reach that level of willpower? Luo Feng pressed. Then you cannot succeed, Shi Wu replied without hesitation. At most, you fail to get it to recognize you as its master. Your life will not be in any form of danger. Recognizing someone as its master does not have any relation to life gene level, asked Luo Feng. Not at all, Shi Wu answered with certainty. Luo Feng's pupils contracted as he squinted. He had found the white wings suspicious earlier on. Now that Shi Wu had been born, from the various information he had acquired from Shi Wu, there was clearly no relation between recognizing a master and life gene level. Actually, thinking back to when he'd gotten Star Tower to recognize him as its owner, his life genes had not been involved at all. And the spirit of that pair of white wings had lied to him. Lied by saying that a universe knight would need the willpower of a universe master. The truth was otherwise. A universe knight would require the willpower of a universe supreme master. Shi Wu, Luo Feng said. Previously, when I was interacting with that pair of white wings, Luo Feng told Shi Wu every detail about the previous conversation he had with the pair of white wings. It is lying to you, master, it is lying to you, Shi Wu said quickly. Your current willpower, master, is not enough at all. It will be too dangerous. I suspect that it is tricking you into believing that it will recognize you as its master. It is highly possible that it wants to kill you, master. Just one of the rays from its wings could annihilate you. I am already aware of that, Shi Wu. Tell me, what should I do to get hold of it? When master's willpower has reached an appropriate level, there are two ways. One is to imprint your godly power on that pair of wings. Once imprinted, your godly power will naturally spread to every inch of the wings. Shi Wu elaborated further. The other way is to get the pair of white wings to hand over its core origin. Once its origin makes its way to master, master can imprint his godly power onto its origin. Then it would have to recognize you as its master. But it has to be the origin. Any other individual component would be useless. Luo Feng nodded. He understood. Just like how Star Tower recognized him as its master, It had to be Tower Pearl fusing with the soul. If any other component within Star Tower, for instance, a sealed star, attempted to recognize someone as its master, it would not be of any help to Star Tower at all. Master, you should wait, Shawu continued. Wait patiently. If that pair of white wings starts to panic, then there might be a chance. So long as it gets its origin to fly out, I can clearly judge whether that is its origin or not. By then, Master can trap its origin within Star Tower. Star Tower is extremely powerful. If the origin is trapped within one of its space, it would definitely be able to escape. Master, you may as well loosen up for a long, slow wait. Go hone your willpower until your willpower reaches the threshold. Then you can obtain the origin to make it recognize you as its master. Luo Feng nodded. All right. I will wait. With the passing of time, the spirit of Shi Wu grew rapidly and at a visible range. Its intelligence level was not high, but its operational speed was extremely high, so when it came to the dissemination of information, it was naturally even clearer and more lucid. Shi Wu was rearranging the snippets of its memories, then combining them with the various materials gathered from the present-day universe ocean to churn out a large number of deductions. Another 3 years passed. Finally, the pair of white wings transmitted a communication wave to Luo Feng. Human, the spirit of the white wings said. Luo Feng laughed to himself. Indeed, it had come looking for him. Are you stalling for time on purpose? Began the spirit of the white wings. You know that I want to self-restore. You have unlimited life. You have come to know that this place is a good place for honing your willpower and that it is hard to come by, so you are not in any hurry, right? Right, Luo Feng replied honestly. You are very straightforward, but you are not willing to take out a single pinnacle true treasure, the spirit of the white wings said. That is very disappointing. I'm not willing to take the gamble, said Luo Feng. If I failed, wouldn't I be losing a pinnacle true treasure? A pinnacle true treasure is very important to me. I am much stronger than a pinnacle true treasure, the spirit of the white wings said. But you have yet to recognize anyone as your master, Luo Feng replied. Why should you be so insistent about my giving you a pinnacle true treasure first? If you recognize me as your master, I will own you, an extremely powerful true treasure. Naturally, I will find ways to make you even more powerful. A super great being only needs a few true treasures that suit himself. No one great being, after owning a true treasure such as yourself, would let your potential go to waste by not finding ways to boost your ability. Silence. Soon after, the spirit of the white wings retreated. Luo Feng closed his eyes and continued to train his willpower. He was in no rush at all. In the blink of an eye, another 3 years went by. The communication wave came along again. All right, I concede defeat, the spirit of the white wings admitted. Ha ha ha, don't worry, said Luo Feng. So long as you recognize me as your master, I will definitely find ways to restore you and allow your power to grow tremendously. You are my trump card. Wings, this process about recognizing your master, it requires your core component, doesn't it? Yes, the pair of white wings said. I am now going to release a core component. Grab it and imprint your godly power. Then I will have to recognize you as my master. I hope you won't disappoint me. I will not disappoint you, Luo Feng said. A speck of light came flying out of the edge of the pair of white wings. The very next moment, the densely gathered blade rays were sent flying away in random directions due to the impact of the collision. They were sent tens of thousands of kilometers away. At times, a random blade ray would happen to hit this speck of light right in its middle. Far away, amidst the endless blade storm, that speck of light was flying about haphazardly. Shi Wu, is that the origin? Luo Feng asked quickly. No, master, said Shi Wu. The origin is the source of those lights. If it flies out, then countless blade rays will be following it around as it flies. It is the true core of the endless rays. That is fake. I am sure of it. There is a blade ray concealed within it. If you try to get it to recognize you as your master, the blade will attack you right away. Then master will die. Luo Feng was shocked. If it weren't for the spirit of Shi Wu Wing, he wouldn't have been able to tell that it was a trap. Human. A ripple came. Grab my core. A light spot was attracted and flew toward the white wing. Star Tower was close to the white wings and the light spot. Grab it, and I'll tell you how to make me recognize you and seal your godly power in it. I've grabbed it. Luo Feng let out his godly body, and he grabbed the light spot. It was a strange white bead. I've grabbed it with my godly power, but I can't seal my life imprint on it. Don't rush it, the ripple said. The more powerful a true treasure is, the more complex the process it. Grab the core and put it in your godly body. Luo Feng couldn't help but laugh inside. If he put that core component inside Star Tower, the light would be let out instantly. In my body? I don't dare to do that. I've decided to let my soul slave try first, said Luo Feng. Soul slave? Your soul slave won't succeed, said the spirit. One needs to have a perfect life gene level and great willpower. Do you have such a soul slave? I can at least try, said Luo Feng. Then try, said the spirit. It kept waiting. Once it went into Star Tower, it would be able to kill Luo Feng. Star Tower took a step back. A black being flew out of Star Tower and went up in the sky. It was Mosha Body. I come here and make you recognize me as your master. Mosha Body flew toward that bead. The space around the white wing was quiet, and Mosha Body could exist in that space. You let your soul slave do it outside. The white wing was startled, as it couldn't kill Luo Feng outside. Why not? Luo Feng asked. Mosha tried, and nothing happened. Only those who can fulfill the conditions can succeed, said the spirit. Your soul slave won't be able to do it. Why didn't you say so before? Asked Luo Feng. Even if it's a powerful true treasure, it won't have any reactions. However, nothing happened when my soul slave tried just now. I can say for sure that it's a fake core. Give me the real one. It's different for supreme true treasures. You're lying, said Luo Feng. Give me the real core. The ripple stayed silent for a while. You'll never be able to get out, said Luo Feng. You have to have a master. Give me your real core. I'll do it once you give me the real core. Damn it. Damn human. How did you find out? You have finally stopped pretending? Luo Feng jeered. You're not as smart as you think. You started to set me up the first time I talked to you. You started with your broken memories and the fight, which shocked me. Indeed, it shocked me as I couldn't imagine that such a true treasure could be damaged. And then you told me that the conditions are hard. Perfect life gene and willpower. And then, you wanted a pinnacle true treasure. Ha ha ha. One claim after another, you were just trying to lower my guard down. After all, you've been trying to stop me by giving all those conditions. Luo Feng smirked and continued. Lots of great beings aren't sharp enough. They might be hesitant if they could easily get valuables. However, if the conditions are high, they would be thrilled to know that they matched the criteria. Then they wouldn't be suspicious anymore. How did you start to suspect me? Asked the white wings. You told me you needed my help for material to repair yourself, said Luo Feng. And then, you kept telling me how harsh the conditions were and that I needed to sharpen my willpower. These two statements are totally contradictory to each other. Contradictory? Contradictory how? The white wing still hadn't figured out the problem. If I'm really a universe master, said Luo Feng, my godly power will be 100 times life gene. Yet you want a perfect life gene level, which alone is already almost impossible. How can I reach the perfect gene? A real universe master might just give up and not help you anymore. You need my help, so you pretended that I was a universe master. However, the conditions you have can make a real universe master give up. Don't you think it's contradictory? Luo Feng smirked. You also know that I have a supreme true treasure, he went on. If I can really get a supreme true treasure, do you really think I am a universe master with a life gene level of 100 times? Ha ha. It's contradictory. You tried to set me up. You thought if I was excited about matching all the conditions, I wouldn't notice. However, from your perspective, your narrative is full of problems. Luo Feng sneered. It was difficult to realize that it was a trap. Fortunately, Luo Feng was cautious from the very beginning, which was why he had been able to realize it was a trap. The trap is too complex, said Luo Feng. I spotted its flaws. Stop fighting and give me the core. You need to have a master anyway. You. My master, said the White Wings. You're not even close. Only the top-tier beings in Universe Ocean can be my master. You might not be able to utilize my power after an eternity. It'll be to my shame and to my previous owner's shame. How upsetting. Luo Feng shook his head and sighed. Then he gave an order, absorb. Yes, master. Shawu had waited for a long time. Suddenly, 4 wings extended from the 4 portals of Star Tower, and they started to bulge from the size of specks to larger than a star, as if Star Tower had grown 4 wings. Light from the origin. Shawu was excited. Inside this mysterious place, the giant white wings started to shake. So did the blade of light, as if a towering skyscraper was able to collapse. No. The white wings were terrified. Spirit. Your wing has a spirit too? How is it possible? The blade of light started to fly toward that silver wings like moths flying toward a flame, and the giant white wings started to tremble as well, as if the blades were about to move. No. The spirit of the white wing tried to control it. Ripples were transmitted to Shawu. You, stop. Why? Shawu asked in a mild-mannered voice. Those energies are mine, said the spirit of the white wings. We are one, they're yours and mine, said Shawu. Though you were more severely injured, I was, too. I need energies to recover. Don't worry. I won't take them all, just enough to recover. Shawu wing kept sucking the light. One tried to control it. One tried to absorb it. However, there was too much light for the spirit of the white wings to control. The blade of light flew toward the 4 silver wings, and when it touched them, it was completely absorbed, like water touching dry land. Light started to flow on the wings, and the force began to change. Of course, that was only what was happening on the outside. The changes inside were sharper. Luo Feng could feel those changes as the owner of Shawu wings. Shawu was delicate, and it could grow to several light years high. Those small components in Shawu wing changed sharply after absorbing the light, like a rotten log turning back into fresh, new wood. So satisfying. Shawu was exhilarated. Master, my broken memories are further recovered. Huh? Luo Feng was curious. I can remember how terrifying that fight was, said Shawu. The wing true treasure was completely dismantled. The white wings are the ones on the top, and they were damaged. The other 5 pairs of wings were damaged inside. After a long time, the surface was still intact, but the inner parts were severely damaged. I need energies to recover. Master, you don't have enough godly power to revive me. The light from the origin is turned from my former master, and that's what can repair me. Only that severely damaged white wing needs other material for repair. The Shawu wings kept bulging. Hundreds of millions of kilometers. Billions of kilometers. Tens of billions of kilometers. 1 light year, 2 light years. It kept getting larger and absorbing more light, making the Shawu wings more powerful. No. It's mine. It's mine. The white wing was infuriated. Stop. Bigger. Master, bigger. Shawu sent Luo Feng message after message. Luo Feng was trying his best. Having spent endless time on the battlefields, there was one particularly outstanding battle in which the original Shawu wings had split into 6 pairs of wings. From that, every pair had been inflicted with major damage. The 6th pair, in the topmost position, the white wings, had the empowerment of its origin, so even if it had been drifting about, at least some of the damage could be restored, leaving behind the 3 most severe injuries that could only be remedied by swallowing various precious materials. It was most fortunate it had the origin, which allowed it to wield overwhelming power. The other 5 pairs of wings were not so fortunate. After splitting up, they had drifted off to unknown places. Every single was severely damaged. Thus, their power levels had dropped very low. Furthermore, they did not have the origin as their core, so when they ran into dangerous situations while drifting, for instance, dangerous places that could annihilate Universe Supreme Masters and destroy pinnacle true treasures, Like the three major dangerous lands, these wings might pull through every ordeal but would become more severely damaged every time. Until today, the two pairs of wings that Luo Feng had obtained were able to swallow the energy from the origin to their heart's content, thereby enabling their self-restoration to happen. Wait a while, wait a while. The pair of white wings was shouting frantically. On the other hand, Shewu was pushing Luo Feng to go on. Bigger, bigger, bigger. The more complete Shewu wings got, the easier it was to become bigger. The larger its size, the more blade rays could be absorbed within the same period. 4 wings, unbelievably towering and endless, being scattered over an area of numerous light years, the Shewu wings was now comparable in size to the gigantic pair of white wings. The pair of white wings had started trembling as though about to collapse, and a large quantity of its blade rays were flying towards the Shewu wings to fuse with them. Master, for endless years, countless components within me have been damaged. Now, 10% has recovered. Shewu was apparently very excited. Only 10%. After almost half a day, Luo Feng was secretly taken aback. The requirements for recovery for this grade of supreme true treasure was indeed stringent. Luckily, he had that origin. If he had solely depended on himself, at least within a short period of time, his godly power would never be enough. You are a robber. You are a bandit. This is my energy. Mine. The white wings had started by opposing, but now had abandoned all restraint and was shouting and cursing. Come, come. You can come over and kill me if you are capable of it. You think I am scared of you? Shewu taunted. Moreover, the energy belonged to all 6 pairs of wings. I am not wrong in using part of it for self-restoration now. You want it all for yourself. I am the wing and also the origin, the white pair of wings shouted furiously. Ha ha. You are merely a spirit without an ounce of attack ability, Shewu gloated. As for me, I have a master. Just you wait and see, I know you inside and out. In the future, you will surely be taken by my master. Yeah, dream on, retorted the white wings, full of hatred. Your master is still thinking of collecting me as his. That's impossible. I will find another master before that happens. I will help my new master annihilate that human master of yours, and then I will swallow you. 2 spirits were transmitting ripples to one another. Both were intelligent, but they were not considered life forms. They could not, for instance, go to battlefields and such. They were both spirits born from different components of a supreme true treasure. Should there be the day when Shewu wings and the white wings had to fuse, then of these 2 spirits, only one was destined to survive. Out of the 2, one would face annihilation. This was the reason why the spirits of Shewu and the white wings were going all out. Shewu was thinking of ways to help Luo Feng subdue the white wings. On the other hand, the white wings had found Luo Feng lacking in many aspects right from the beginning, so all it wanted was to send Luo Feng to meet his doom. Then it could swallow his various true treasures to aid in its self-restoration. Now that the spirit of Shewu was born, it was simply impossible for white wings to help Luo Feng. It was well aware that he would trust the newborn spirit more than itself. Shewu continued gloating. You still hoping to find a master? A universe knight who possesses the willpower of a universe supreme master, going to you? Or perhaps a universe master who has even more terrifying willpower, finding its way to you? Ha ha. You are destined for annihilation. You are already clear about that. Yet you have no idea how you can help yourself. You want to escape, but you cannot move. Being a spirit could be such a tragedy, unable to control and move the true treasure by itself. You. I will find a new master. Then I will swallow you. You will die. Will die. The spirit of the white wings was going crazy. It did not really hate the human. On the contrary, it hated Shewu much more. It was destined that only one of the 2 would be able to survive. Time passed. I have already restored 30%. I have restored 40%. Master, I am halfway through restoration. In short intervals, Shewu would inform Luo Feng about its restoration progress in great excitement. In the blink of an eye, almost 30 hours had passed. This time around, Shewu wings had restored up to 90%. Luo Feng was in awe. Nearly 30 hours. This is enough energy to swallow a large quantity of blade rays anytime, and also energy that an existence such as one beyond the level of Universe Supreme Master would have stored after conversion through the origin. This sort of energy, beyond the level of a Universe Supreme Master, was rarely seen. Those towering, gigantic white wings and 4 silver wings, scattered over an area of numerous light years, were facing each other across a distance. Countless blade rays from the gigantic white wings flew toward the silver wings. At first glance, the gigantic white wings were unaffected. However, upon a comparison of its current state compared to 30 hours ago, the gigantic white wings had actually shrunk by quite a bit. Their diameter was reduced by half a light year, which went to show how many blade rays it had lost. Damn. Damn you, I will eat you. For sure. The white wings were at a loss for words. It could only resort to cursing and swearing at this point. Come on, come on. Shiwu wings continued to gloat. Shiwu transmitted a piece of news suddenly. Master, I have completed the self-restoration process. Luo Feng was momentarily shocked but soon grew ecstatic. After a day and a half. After spending a day and a half absorbing those high-level blade rays, where every blade ray had an attack force stronger than any Universe Supreme Master, the 2 pairs of wings could finally be fully restored. Completed. Your powers have been restored. Luo Feng was filled with anticipation. Yes, yes, yes. I'm in perfect condition. Shiwu wings replied right away. However, as I only make up 2 pairs out of the 6 pairs of wings, Master will at most only be able to execute 2 kinds of techniques. Of course, these 2 pairs of wings had already reached a pinnacle state, so even if one owned the complete 6 pairs of wings but was only able to activate the first and second form of the wings, it would make no difference from what Master is capable of with your 2 pairs of wings. Luo Feng was shocked. Shiwu, do you mean I am still only able to activate only 2 techniques? It's just that the power levels will be greatly increased. That's right, Master. Previously, I was severely damaged, so even when godly power activated the secret engravings that flowed past every part of me, the work done was half the amount of effort put in, as I could only wield a small part of my power. And now, I am able to unleash my power to its full potential. Luo Feng understood the moment he heard what Shiwu had to say. It was just like machines. A worn-out machine's performance might only be left with 10 to 20%, while at its peak, it was always performing at its best. Are you still swallowing the blade rays? Luo Feng asked. I am no longer able to, Shiwu said helplessly. Previously, when I still had some damaged parts, I would swallow those blade rays. After swallowing them, they would be automatically absorbed and used up to restore my original form. Now that I am fully restored, even if I were able to swallow them, there would be no way I could use them, so they would fly out from within me. It is also because, within my body, there is no place for me to store those blade rays. The origin is where the blade rays can be stored. Only through the origin could one control these blade rays. Luo Feng sighed. It is a pity that previously, Master was unable to get the pair of white wings to summon the origin out, said Shiwu. If the origin came out alone, Master would be able to trap it within Star Tower. Without the origin, the pair of white wings would not be able to put up any form of resistance, and Master would be able to keep it inside Star Tower. And then Master could slowly hone and build up his willpower. When the time is right, Master could facilitate the recognizing of its master. Shiwu added on in a helpless tone, now, there is nothing Master can do anymore. Luo Feng nodded. It was true. He had wasted too much time with those white wings, putting in a lot of effort, and although he was aware that the white wings had lain traps all over, he still tolerated it all. Yet the white wings maintained due vigilance and did not let the true core origin step out into the open. What should we do? Luo Feng was frustrated. There is nothing we can do, we can only leave it here, Shiwu said. With the origin here, no one would be able to move that pair of white wings. The situation would be like Star Tower in the battlefields of the outer domain back when no one could get it to move. Luo Feng nodded. He had used Star Tower to ram into the pair of white wings, but even that had not caused the pair of white wings to move at all. It is a spirit, so it does not have the ability to manipulate the white wings into sneaking away, Shiwu said. In addition, It has such stringent requirements when it comes to recognizing someone as its master. I do not believe that within such a short period of time, a universe knight with the willpower of a universe supreme master would appear, chance upon this pair of white wings, and make it to them alive. As for a universe master, to achieve the willpower of one beyond a universe supreme master, that is even more unrealistic. Shi Wu was very confident in his beliefs. Well, I guess we can only do that. For now, we will leave it there. Luo Feng nodded. However, I am in no hurry to leave. Luo Feng was within Star Tower, smilingly looking at the pair of white wings that was not too far away. The endless, crazy oppressive willpower was still attacking him, never stopping for even an instant. This holy ground for honing my willpower is more than I could ever ask for. Although there are such places in Universe Ocean, to be able to get to those places, the paths would be fraught with danger. The 4 silver wings that were extended out from Star Tower via 4 passageways speedily shrank to naught. Even Star Tower shrank to such a small size until it was no more than a speck of dust. Within this quiet space, the white wings and Star Tower faced each other across a distance. The distance between them was slowly closing. Human, you are going to regret this. The white wings were going a little crazy, yet it was, after all, just a spirit. It could only helplessly watch everything happening before its very eyes. Years went by. Luo Feng was doing his best to hone his willpower. There were times when he would occasionally stop midway to study the diagrams of secret engravings, Beast God Path, especially when his remote ocean body was wandering about Earth and various other planets. The many experiences and feelings that he had gained from life had made Luo Feng even more steadfast when fighting against the impact of that oppressive willpower. In the blink of an eye, 1,200 years had passed. The pair of white wings and Star Tower, which had been gradually advancing toward one another, finally met for the first time. Star Tower attached itself to the white wings like fine dust. To be more exact, this speck of fine dust, Star Tower, had found a spot on one of the bloodstains on the white wings. That bloodstain had a diameter of 0.5 meter and exuded a crazy and terrifying aura. Luo Feng, who was sitting cross-legged, opened his eyes, as he saw the bloodstain that was right outside Star Tower. Finally touched it. To think that just the willpower and aura of a bloodstain could be so terrifying. This video will end here.